Welcome, everyone, to another edition of The Score. Wiley Baker with you here. As a reminder, The Score is a sports show here on AACPS TV and the Anne Arundel County YouTube channel, where our Athletes in Action show focuses on a specific team at an Anne Arundel County public school. The Score zeroes in on an essential individual in the life of Anne Arundel County Public Schools athletics, and today we certainly have one such individual. I would like to introduce a gentleman who knows sports throughout Anne Arundel County, the former athletic director at North County High School, now down in the state capital at Annapolis High School. I'm here with Pete Alvanos. Thanks for joining me again. We've done this once before.
Yes, we did. We did. It was fun.
Well, it's going to be great, and we're going to have an extended version today. We're excited about that. And first of all, Pete, talk a little bit about you and Anne Arundel County sports. I know you have a deep history.
Well, thank you. First of all, thanks for allowing me to be here. It's great to be a part of your show. And again, just the history. I graduated from Annapolis High School in 1983. Was fortunate enough to go to Anne Arundel Community College, played football and lacrosse there, and then was able to get a lacrosse scholarship to Drexel University in Philadelphia. And once I graduated from Drexel, I shifted gears a little bit and wanted to be a college football coach. And as luck would have it, a family friend at the Naval Academy, Elliot Uzelak, was the head coach, brought me down as a volunteer coach. And then from there, I went to the University of Louisville with Howard Schnellenberger and received my master's degree in education and coached kind of all over the country. Went to Lehigh, was out in California where my first child was born at the University of Redlands. From there, we moved to the University of Chicago where my middle daughter was born. And then from there, I was able to secure the head football coaching job at Swarthmore College. And there's where my son was born. And from Swarthmore, we moved to upstate New York at Hamilton College. And spent 5 years as the head football coach there. And, from there, it was kind of, my wife was done moving and packing up the kids. So I was able to become a high school PE teacher and athletic director at New Hartford High School in upstate New York, and was there for 9 years. But again, we were done doing the college football coaching thing, and my oldest daughter went to school at Salisbury. My middle daughter was down in Virginia at Randolph-Macon. So my wife said, why don't we try to get closer to home? And once that happened, I just started spreading my wings. And again, a family friend, Sue Chittum, was the principal at Annapolis High School. I came down and met with her, and she got me on the path to applying, because it was a 2-year process to get in the school system. And here we are 5 years later, and we're loving every minute of it.
Done with the Alvanos tour.
That's right. There you go. Yes, sir.
Well, we're glad to have you back home.
Thank you very much.
And this is home, I know for sure. But what initially gave you that desire to say, okay, I'm done with coaching now. I want to be an athletic director. I want to lead these coaches.
Sure. Well, it was a unique opportunity and time when I was in upstate New York. I was approached by some school board members at New Hartford High School while I was still coaching at Hamilton, and they had come to a lot of our games. They knew me through the community, and they reached out to me actually and said, "Pete, we're looking for one." So as luck would have it, or wouldn't have it, Hamilton and I kind of had mutual partings of the ways, if you will, and the opportunity to come right down to New Hartford and become their athletic director was something that aspired me, and certainly I had to go back to school to get some certification things done. But you're right. I think the unique thing about being an athletic director is when I was just a football coach, I only worried about football. Didn't really care about other sports. Now as you're the AD, as I tell coaches, hey, there's 23 sports on campus and I've got to treat them all equally and fair. So it's, you get that perspective, and you do try to take some of your things that you learn along the way. I mean, I was 33 years old when I was the head football coach at Swarthmore College. And, at that time, I tried to learn from Lou Holtz and all those great coaches, that you had a chance to go listen to them with clinics and things. So you just try to help educate coaches. And that's the thing now is maybe tweak this. I don't overstep my bounds with saying, boy, you should run this offense or that defense or whatever, or this person should play or that. But how can we make everything better? The collective sum of the group. And that's what I hope I can bring to our coaches at Annapolis.
And then a lot of famous folks that we've heard many of the names that you've mentioned that I know are instrumental to you being an athletic director.
Sure, and it's, the chill I get every day here at Annapolis is I drive down Fred Stauffer Boulevard, who was my athletic director. Richard Enzer Stadium, he was my principal. Al Larimore Field, he was my football lacrosse coach, Mike Bush Complex. Mike Bush gave me my first job. I'll never forget it. Probably the worst job I ever had as a lacrosse official doing Little League lacrosse here in Anne Arundel County. And I tell you what, I was the worst job I ever had. And I think I told him thank you. And after the last game, I said, I don't want to ever come back because,
Stripes.
oh my word, it was tough. It was tough to officiate. But so again, to be able to come home into that complex is just, like I said, it's giving me chills right now talking about it, because those were folks that helped guide me. Other than my parents, those were the people that I looked to for advice in terms of how to get into education, what it is to be that mentor to student athletes, and who you turn to when you needed guidance if your dad wasn't there. So it's a special place for me, for sure.
Now, I know Annapolis is your alma mater, and it's a great place for you, but you did some great work in Knight Country up at North County High School. I know that you have a lot of friends up there as well. How hard was it to kind of make that transition, even though Annapolis is your alma mater?
It was extremely hard. You build, again, you talk about relationships and the coaches that either were there and accepted me when I got hired, or that I brought in due to some transition things. But, one guy in particular, Wayne Furherd, the baseball coach up there, I mean, he took me in, got me involved in the community, and we invested our time. And then Sean Behegan, the men's soccer coach, came on board. So, we started a foundation of building, basically a booster club from scratch. And without those two guys, really lending some significant time, energy, and effort with their work and getting parents involved and getting the community involved. So those relationships. And then, Jeff McGuire came on as our boys lacrosse coach, and Kelly Guarneri as the softball. Those are four coaches that, you call on them and they would do anything for you, and for the program itself. It wasn't just about their individual sports program. So from that perspective, coming somewhere new, now you have to build those relationships. And I think it does help that I'm an alum, but it helps that you get a football coach like Nick Goodmalloy. You got Brian Brown, who's the track coach. Those guys have been there. Danny Smalley, basketball coach. Steffi Samaras, lacrosse. So, there's a foundation of a group of coaches that I knew coming into there, along with the booster program that they have. Jack Papagliandi, the booster president. We went to church together. So there's a similarity connections there.
And as we talk about our athletic director here of Annapolis High School, now Pete Alvanos with us today on The Score. Let's talk about some of the rivalries. You've been through the North County Glen Burnie rivalry down in Annapolis, Annapolis Southern, Annapolis South River, amongst others.
Well, I laughed when I saw that, because I'm thinking the rivalry was always Annapolis-Severna Park. Andy Borland, Al Larimore, back-to-back on the 50-yard line. Who's going to let their team out first? So that's the neat part for me to come back home, because these are certainly rivalries. When you play either one of those two in any sport, the fans are passionate, the kids are passionate, the student sections are passionate. So again, those are things, again, that I thrive on with high school athletics, because it is important. We're right down the road from both of those schools, so it is a lot of fun. And like you said, the rivalry, the North County Glen Burnie thing was always a big one up there as well.
And I hear your passion about upholding that history, that great history of Annapolis Panther athletics and this great student athletes there. Talk a little bit more, expand a little on that.
Well, I think, again, it's you're building relationships, and for me anyway, I want to hear from our student athletes. What's important to them? What do they need? What didn't they have that maybe I can help them, contribute to, whatever it is for their sports team or for their program. And then I want our fans to come to games and have fun. But at the same time, we have to respect the game. We're as I've tried to tell all of my coaches, being a college football coach for 20 years, an official never changed a call. So we can complain all we want, yell, scream, but that's not helping the cause. So that's what I want. I want that high school rivalry, cheer the good plays on both teams, cheer our team, but just let's keep it sportsmanship oriented.
Here with Pete Alvanos again, the Annapolis High School athletic director, back at his alma mater. And Coach, and I love still calling you coach. As you move forward here with Panther Athletics, what would you say would be your expectations as you move forward? You were talking about the student athletes and really upholding and building it into the community. I guess that's first and foremost.
It is. It's about giving back. I think we have such a diverse demographic area and all those folks support Annapolis athletics, which is huge. So I want our student athletes to go back. And it just, we've had football, lacrosse players go read to the elementary kids. And we've had the football kids go and help with the food pantry, delivering food during the holidays. So that's important. And I think that we have to let our student athletes understand that this community does look up to them. And we are held to a higher standard. So that's the expectation for me. Yes, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to hang banners and plaques and trophies, and that's great too. But we have to start at the baseline and work our way up, and the wins will take care of themselves if we do the little things.
And every time I go to Annapolis High School, some of the best scorekeepers, the people behind the scenes, the trainers, I mean, really, Panther Country is a fun place for me to sportscast any sporting event, football, basketball, etc.
Sure. Well, thank you. And that's important to me because, again, I think it's all in your delivery. If you have those people that care about Annapolis High School and Annapolis athletics, those are the ones that you want to work your supervision. They're the ones, you talk about our trainer, they're priceless. Those folks, to me, I don't know what the contract is, but I don't think we can pay them enough money because, I just look at, even from North County to here, the interaction that our trainers have with all of our student athletes. And those student athletes, they'll come look for Miss Kelsey and, they took good care of her, during senior nights and all those kind of things that are special because she does care about them. She treats them like they're her own children, and she's probably old enough to be my daughter. But that's what's special about those kind of things.
And even behind the scenes, they get public address announcing, like I was mentioning, just the folks that really take good care of us. As we wrap up things here with Athletic Director of Annapolis High School down in Panther Country, Pete Alvanos, Coach, you talked about the passionate Panther fans and all the great student athletes, coaches that down in Annapolis country. What would you like to see as maybe some of your goals for Annapolis athletics as we move forward here for the Panthers?
I think just continue to build on the relationships as we move forward. And for me, we've got beautiful facilities. Continue to upgrade those facilities, whatever they might be. Whether it's uniforms for our student athletes, whether it's more parental involvement with our booster organization. But I'm certainly going to bring some things back that we started up in North County. We're going to have a golf outing this spring. We're working on, so those are some kind of things to just continue to get more and more parental involvement. And, I think the tough part about Annapolis is you're sandwiched in between a lot of the private schools. So again, one of the goals is to try to keep as many Annapolis residents coming to Annapolis High School as we can possibly get, because again, we have the academics, we've got the IB programs, we've got the PVA programs. We're going to get there in terms of wins and losses and those kind of things. But my son graduated from North County High School, and I'm proud to say he's an Anne Arundel County Public School graduate. And he's thriving now at the University of Lynchburg playing baseball. And again, it's because he learned how to welcome the diversity and those kind of things. So that's what another big goal of mine is, to try and make sure our Annapolis residents come to Annapolis High School.
You've done a tremendous job. We are glad you're back home in Anne Arundel County.
Thank you very much,
Mr.
sir.
Pete Alvanos, Coach, thank you so much for being with me on The Score again, and we look forward to visiting with you. But keep doing a great job down in Panther Country, and we look forward to doing more broadcasts down there on AACPS TV.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, it's been a great show today. Again, thanks to Pete Alvanos. As always, in honor and memory of my mom, Dee Baker, I'm Wiley Baker. I'll talk to you on the court, on the field, or on the air, and with another edition of The Score right here on AACPS TV.